Invite Jesus in, and he will change everything. Time for some daily bread. Hey everyone, Tuesday, January 12th. Tuesday, that's all I can remember right now. It's still morning when I'm recording this. And we're in the Tuesday of the first week in Ordinary Time, and we're still in the Gospel of Mark. And I looked ahead, we're going to be in the Gospel of Mark all the way right up to Lent, which is mid-February. So we're going to be traveling through the Gospel of Mark for a while. So today's passage is Gospel of Mark, chapter 1, verses 21 to 28. And I'll put them up on the screen. And the difference you might see in the translation is I'm reading out of the Catholic Standard, Revised Standard Version, Second Catholic Edition, Jeff Caven's Great Adventure Bible. And usually the readings I'm putting up are the Daily Mass ones, which is the New American Bible, which is just the translation you hear at Mass. So let's begin. It's the Gospel of Mark again, chapter 1, verses 21 to 28. And they went into Capernaum, and immediately on the Sabbath he entered the synagogue and taught. And they were astonished at his teaching, for he taught them as one who had authority, and not as a scribe. And immediately there was in the synagogue a man with an unclean spirit, and he cried out, "What have you to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." But Jesus rebuked him, saying, "Be silent, and come out of him." And the unclean spirit, convulsing him, and crying with a loud voice, came out of him. And they were amazed. So they questioned among themselves, saying, "What is this? A new teaching? What authority? With authority he commands even the unclean spirits, and they obey him." And at once his fame spread everywhere throughout the surrounding region of Galilee. So to set the scene on this one, he's in the town of Capernaum, which basically becomes Jesus' home base. He was a known kid. He was a known guy in the area. Like, people knew who he was. And Mark talks about this. He uses this word immediately all the time through his gospel. It's like Mark is one, it's the one Bible that you can literally sit. I was challenged one time to do it, and I was able to do it. You can sit in an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you can read right through the Gospel of Mark. And it's amazing because it's like an action-packed movie, because he uses the word immediately Jesus did. Immediately, like it's bang, 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 like one thing after the other. But so this is where Jesus has been baptized. He's been announced as follow after him. And he's starting to get that following, and he walks into the synagogue. And two things that point out to me is, one, this passage shows Jesus' authority, because they talk about how he just speaks in the synagogue, and everyone's just like, even though he's probably known in the area, that people are like, how he speaks, there's some authority, there's something behind how he speaks versus what the scribes, basically the teachers of the time, the laymen's teachers and deacons and priests, they were basically Pharisees, the scribes that is, that they describe there, that he speaks with this authority that they're like, wow, it's different than what the scribes are, where they're in this relationship. And obviously it's because he's God Almighty, and that relationship between the Son and the Father is so intimate. So that's one. Two is, you notice where the demon is? It's in a man that's in the synagogue, a worshiper. A lot of times we think the evils of the world are out there, they're not close by. No, I mean, close inspection, they're right here. They're within our own selves. I was reminded of a song, I'm Generation X, I was reminded of a song by NXS. There used to be this song called Devil Inside. Every one of us has got the devil inside. And it's true, we all got that dark spot, that bit of evil in us that a lot of times we hold on to, because we don't want to let Jesus in. But notice, I mean, Jesus comes on the scene, and immediately the demons respond to him. Like, they know who just walked in, who just came in, and they're in trouble. And the demons speak out through this man's voice, and Jesus is like, out of him now. And it's God Almighty. I mean, as opposed to where we think, and especially at that time, incantations and long prayers would be said to get someone out of this. God shows up on the scene and says, out of him now. And immediately, again, Mark uses that word immediately, this man is convulsed and the demons come out of him. And that's not a challenge for you today, but that's what Christ does. If you invite him in, if you let him in and say, okay, God, kind of take your guard down and let him in all aspects of your life, really truly ask him into your heart and bring him into your life and make him the center of your life, not just a piece of your life. You know, think of a bookcase where you're not just having Jesus as being a book, or that going to church on Sunday is just one thing on it, but he is the bookcase. He is you. He is the center of you. Things might not happen right overnight, but you'll see things change over time. You will see things of how you see things change. You might be able to have a different perspective. The biggest thing is having God's peace. That's for me personally. Is because, as you can see, the world's falling apart around us. But with having Christ at the center of my life, I have peace, because this place isn't my final destination. I have another final destination I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to bring as many people along with me, and I hope you are too. So invite Christ a little deeper into your life today, and he will change everything. I hope you all have a great day. God bless. I'll catch you around tomorrow. Peace.